Alright, so we just got a bunch of stuff in from Hallucinations Creations. We got a school bell, air horn, a siren, and an ooga horn. We got 2 oogas, 3 of the sirens, 3 of the air horns, and 2 of the school bells. The school bells are going to the schoolhouse. These are the other ones. They're not wrapped up. I just want to check what all's here. So I'm going to take these over to Creepy World and then get the school bells in. And I got new programming for the big teacher that's paddling the kid in the schoolhouse because Larry didn't like the audio. So we got a controller reprogrammed. I got a Scaremaster I can take over there now. I don't even know where I put it. I think it's in my car. But we'll take this stuff over here or over there and then go from there. Alright, so I got the teacher's new audio and I finally got a hold of a fucking Scaremaster. I was talking to Brandon, his YouTube name is Jimmy Freak. I was asking about these because he said he had one and he said that it would fucking, I'd love one if I got one. I fucking do, because this makes it so much fucking easier than programming it on a laptop. But I'll show you with her new audio and new program how she plays.
Naughty children must be punished.
So yeah, these fucking Scaremasters are badass. But now she's got her new audio. She's programmed up. So I'm going to put her motion sensor back on her and go from there. Alright, so I'm walking through the hayride right now. I'm looking for a spot. There's this new Scarefactory animation. It's like a Reaper cemetery guy. I don't remember what the official product name is, but I'll show it to you here in a second. But I'm trying to like find a place to put it because I was gonna put it in the cemetery, but I don't think there's enough room and there's already enough animations over there. So I need to find a good spot for him, then get him moved over here and get him hooked up and everything. Looks like he's holding up well. But there's like a little tiny cemetery scene over here right after the Sleepy Hollow part with the Headless Horseman. I was thinking about putting it right around there somewhere. But let me see. I mean, maybe right there, but because this is the little cemetery scene. But let me look around a little bit more. So here's the Scarefactory guy. I gotta move out there. Comes down, leans forward. His arms move, his head turns. His base is the problem because it's really heavy. It's bulky. Because I might be able to move it with a dolly, but it's pretty fucking bulky. But we'll see. So here's this new Unit 70 lunch lady. She's pretty nasty. Taking her over to the schoolhouse. There's no lunch scene in the schoolhouse, but they want it in there, so I'm gonna take it over there. Alright, so I'm in the schoolhouse right now. I think I'm going to put the lunch lady in this corner. It's pretty dark. I'm going to go turn everything on so we can see what it's like in chill lighting. But I don't think I showed this last night, but I installed this Hallucinations Creations bell right here. So that corner, I think she'll go there good, but we'll see. Alright, so I got to chop up her base a little bit so that she'll fit in that corner because it's really tight quarters in there. And that's pretty much the only spot she can go in where there's not already other props. So I will chop her up and then we'll get her in there. So there she is in all her glory. Got her base buried under the gravel. Got her mounted in the back so she ain't going nowhere. And then when they walk around this corner, they'll be looking at her and they ain't even gonna see the school bell sitting there. Alright, so we got the animation in place. I just gotta hook him up to sound and his controller and test him, make sure he's good. And he is going in the back of the cemetery of the funeral home. And he's right here at the very end. So we'll get him hooked up and shit and see what he does. This fucking archway is pretty fucking sick. Or like his mound of bones and shit. So remember the last, like a vlog or two ago, when I was installing this coffin guy, the breaker for the cemetery was acting up. I found out what was wrong. There's water on a surge protector. So everything's on back here and running. So now I can install that Scarefactory guy. There's supposed to be audio out here, but once I get that guy installed, me and Adam are gonna come through once all the compressors are out here and get sound fog and all the props up and running in order. But at least this back section is on now, because I was like walking around and I was like, what the fuck, like it's been dry for days now. So anyway, let me go get the compressor and then we'll get that Scarefactory guy going. Alright, so I got them all hooked up. The only thing is we're out of speakers in the shipping container, so I'm gonna have to put a speaker on them on Monday. Get some other speakers out here for other props and stuff like that, because we're just out here, so we need to go over the darkness and get some. So I'll talk to Adam about that. But I got a motion sensor on him. I got air hooked up to him. He's pretty fucking sweet. I can't even lie. I like how much head movement there is. See if I can get him to go off again. I'll get nice and close on him. But yeah, I mounted this sensor back here so that it doesn't come down until there's people standing right here. They're gonna be distracted by this guy, and then he'll come in and dive bomb their ass. Here you go, you bastard. But yeah, he's pretty damn sweet. I'm gonna walk back here and then walk through and see at what time his motion sensor triggers, and then I know these these fright prop motion sensors are like heat, like they're infrared, so that prop moving shouldn't trigger his motion sensor, because that guy's motion sensor is right up there. So I don't want them to be like triggering each other back and forth and making them go off, which I don't think they will, but I want to make sure once we get all the props up and going that I check on these guys. So when they're coming through here, they'll walk over here. As soon as they hit right there, I'll drop on them. Man, it's pretty badass. Like I said, I just got to get a new speaker on him. This guy runs good. He already has a speaker. But once I get another powered speaker on him, I'll show him to you guys once he's all up and running. It'll be cool to show you guys all the animations and stuff they have out here once we have the big compressors and we can actually have all props on at one time. I'm gonna get a little clip of this guy's head moving again because it's sick. But yeah, so that's that. I just need to go back there and mount his motion or his controller up under him, because like under all this foam work and stuff, it's hollow wood with a metal frame, So there's like a lot of space to put the controller in there and keep it out of the weather. The speaker can probably go under there too, so. So like I said, underneath of him is hollow. So it's a perfect place to kind of store the controller, make it easy to get to the controller if he needs work. Gets all the airline easy. I like this setup down here. Alright, so now that I got that prop in there, you just need the speaker. I gotta go turn off the breaker to the funeral home. But I thought as a little treat I'd show you guys around the funeral home with like the show lighting and stuff on. Like I said, this isn't final. We still have to go through and install fog and make sure the props are all good to go, but like her strobe is fucked up, I think. I don't even know where her sensor is. Yeah, her strobe is broken. Fixed her, rewelded her. Old ass Scarefactory skeleton right here. Either old or it got flooded. These nasty guys. Drop window right here. Air cannon down there, which I think needs to be fixed because it wasn't going off last time. Got our abomination right here. I don't know where her motion sensor is. Oh, it's right there. I don't know if her motion sensor's going bad or what, but she hasn't been ready to go. Maybe her speakers might be up. I don't know. Oh, the speaker got unplugged. Oh. Where's that fucker? What's going on here? Okay, I don't know. Some fucking rig with a nice speaker, so I need to kind of look at that. Cause she's supposed to scream and come down and go crazy. Y'all know, y'all know. Look, there she fucking goes. What the fuck? Something's up with her. I'm gonna check on that shit. Scarefactory skeleton, ghost ride gal. Here, I'm gonna turn my light off so you guys can see it better. This right here is one of my favorite scenes in Creepy World. I just like morgue scenes. I think they're badass. That guy shakes. These feet kick. The Bloody Mary right behind this guy. And then there's a body flails right there. And you're out in the back, and then you go through the cemetery, which you guys have seen. So I'm gonna turn off the funeral home and get out of here for the night because I've been here since like 8 a.m. Emergency lights come on. We like to see that. But anyway, I think I'm gonna upload this vlog tonight, so you guys should get this sometime tomorrow. But we're gonna be knocking shit out because we got to get these haunted houses open, because I think it's 3 weeks till Creepy World opens, because the Darkness opens the weekend before Creepy World opens, but Darkness isn't that hard to get set up because it's all indoors, so stuff doesn't break as easy, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And there's our guy who worked on. So once we get these compressors out here, we can really start getting this place going.